Yo 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 yo. How's it going? Whew. Right. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. So, how's everyone doing? How you doing? So, question is, hey Captain Boss, Artstation has come out with this new art challenge. Should we join in, folks? Should we? What was that? That was a weird sound. Plop? Anyways. Oh, it's raining there. Oh, I can tell you, I had my 4 kilometers run for the first time since fall. Or when winter started, I stopped running because, you know, it's not good to run in ice and minus 15 degrees Celsius. But so today I had my first run of spring. Oh man, so out of shape. Too many cheeseburgers. Hey Gria, Henrik, Kristallrose. So this is new Artstation challenge called Wild West, and what they wrote was you're free to mix it with any other genre, as long as the submission has a Wild West feel to it, and it takes place in that time frame. I agree, yeah, baby. My latest sketch. Hey, Zutin, how's it going? Hey, Zialin, Crystalleros. I mean, don't do character design. Don't do. I mean, keyframe. If you're not into game art, and you just want to paint a beautiful painting, do keyframe concept art. Because then in that one you can just do, it's like more or less like game in a frame, in that sense of, you know, like showing something that is engaging. Hey, cheers for the host, Jacob. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Hey, I said Zeal. Good morning. How's it going, Captain Jetlag? Hola, hola, hola. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo está? Henrik, that's pretty cool. That's cool. Crystalleros, if you're gonna go for illustration, the thing is, like, what is game art? You know, working on a mobile phone or experimental video game. You know, where you know, like the Black Swan, for example, which is no, this one, Unfinished Swan. All right. Like this is what the video game looks like. This is game art. This could be game art. You know, so I think you have a preconceived conception of what game art should be and why you don't want to do it. So try to define what it is that you don't like about game art, and don't do that, and do what you want. And someone, let's say, in this way would say, oh, would be a cool game. You know, this is a screenshot from the game. You shoot black ink on a white world, and you find the path of where you have to go. And that is game art. You know. Hey Kirill, how's it going? Gria, you should. So today I think maybe I'll jump in the world. 64 Wild West. Oh yeah, shit. You should have like hashtags and stuff. I need to figure that out for. Hmm? Oh, oh, that's pretty cool. All right, I gotta experiment with that as well. I'm just finding new things. They updated OBS. Cool, Crystallers. Why not? Hey, Slumpen. Yes, Kirill. There's a new Artstation challenge. Wild West. Hey, with the breakfast, how's it going? This Wild Wild West. So I think I'll join in, even though I'm not gonna have lots of time. Uh, uh, no. Oh yeah, and you should read this. All right, I started. I'm officially in. Hey Amir, how's it going? So once again, I think I'll do some least impact kind of work. But anyways, here we go. Here we go. So Wild West. What should we do? Wild West. Let's mix in some. It should funny. Should it be funny? Should it be scary? Should it be alien outbreak? Okay, let's. I know that there was like here you have to do these kind of two outlaws, gunslingers, town folks, lawmen, Native Americans. All right. Hey, yeah, who knows? So let's all right. We're gonna sketch. We are gonna do line art, or we do? Let's do painterly. Let's do painterly this challenge. Let's go with my paint light technique with this challenge. Let's not do line art. Okay, so let's do extremely weird, like an alien comet has hit the Wild West, right? And it's deforming the humans into these gigantuous or like super deformed zombie-like things, right? So let's play with like the recipe is the outlaws, the bad guys are they are like outside on the countryside, right? And I'm gonna do I'm gonna do one version which is heavily mutated, and one version where they are mutating, just kind of like they have some sort of residuance to it. Um, so what they do is that they just kind of look a little bit messed up. Let's do that. Let's do that. So let's play with like negative shapes. Let's go a little bit. Let's say maybe Dead Space style creature body horror in the Wild West. Yeah, that's a good direction. Kirill, you should do it. Absolutely, why not? Do your very best. Like that's why I set up the 2 week challenge competitions. It's because so um, you have an opportunity to test your skill sets and figure out where your weak points are, and you never know how good you are until you feel the pressure of having to try your best. It's okay to like it's a little bit like you're hiding from the true skill set of what you have, not in the sense of like do it son and you'll find magic. What I mean is that it's like ignorance in a way. Like if you never tried your best and you're just happily doing studies or sketching and thinking that like this is where I am at, you have no idea where you're at until you get to that point where you try your very very best publicly, and that's when you start figuring out like where you're actually at. And before that, you kind of just vaguely know your skill set until you truly push yourself. You know, like university project or ex like final work on a university, or a test is coming up, or exhibit, you know, where you get majority of your grade from, or an art competition, or Jacob Mobley. Oh, you've had to eat antibiotics? Ah, that's not good. That's not good. Slumpen boys, why an A? Captain Jetlag, yeah. Yeah, Kirill, you should definitely join. Join in, test test the water with how you can compete where you are at with others. Make sure that you are having fun. I think fun is the biggest mistake a lot of people do when they are in competitions and so on, is that they're not having fun. They feel the pressure of performing, and they focus on performing rather than the ride. When I think when you're in an art competition, you have to go comfort zone. You have to go where you're having fun and enjoying it, because that's where you are actually performing at your very best, right? You're not performing great when you're forced to. There's that sound again. What the fuck is that sound? Never heard that sound before. OBS. I don't know what that is. Annoying. Anyways, you really gotta test, have fun, enjoy the process. Definitely enjoy the process. Don't get hung up with some sort of acting like some other artist, or doing a process that you've seen your idol do, or your house art god. You see them do this technique, and you just, oh, I want to be like them, so I have to do this, or you know. I've seen a lot of Anthony Jones style monsters, which is not their innate style. I'm not singling Anthony Jones out. It was just an example that came to my mind as I'm ranting here. I've seen so many of those, for example, as an example, those style that I know it's not their. They bought his Gumroad, or he's been mentoring them, and now all of a sudden they are doing his art, and they think, yeah, look at me, how good I am, and they could never enter an art competition because they haven't seen Anthony Jones in an art competition. They don't know what style he would choose to do, or or whatever. And a good example of someone learning from someone else and doing it right is Milan Nikolic. Milan, what's his name? Nikolic. My good friend Milan, not these guys. This is Milan. He's clearly, here you see, he's clearly a student of Anthony Jones. He was mentored by Anthony Jones. But what he did was he took his own vision and applied the technical aspect of what Anthony taught him about design and so on, and started creating his own universe with aliens and with alien insects and all these things. You know, the things that he loved, which is his comfort zone, and where he shows his strengths. You know, like he loves sci-fi, he loves creatures and so on. So he took one thing and made it into his own. And that's the way you should do it. You should have fun. You should lean on the things that you love doing, and especially in competitions, you should just focus on performance, in the sense of, I really need to apply myself to what I'm doing. but don't stiffen up, and don't try something that's not you, but just do you with focus. I think that's what I'm trying to get to, I think, rather than, and more than anything else, I guess. I don't know really why I started shitting on Anthony Jones or the students of his, but it's not meant that way. Is it Artstation notifications sound? Oh shit, I gotta switch that tab off then. A voodoo breakfast, yeah. There you go. You can see it in, for example, in the Unreal Bjorn. You can see it in who's tightening too much and who's afraid, and who's not having fun, and they're all about just reaching something that they're not. And in Unreal Bjorn, you could also see people in the opposite, where they don't apply themselves and they're just doing the motions. They're just, okay, I did this obligation, now I need to do something. And you could also see that they're just ticking the boxes, doing the time, and not really having a passion for it anymore. You can also see some of those entries in Unreal Bjorn. Avoided breakfast Milan. Oh, definitely. I'll link him up after the stream. Yeah, AJ is Anthony Jones is a great artist. Can't deny that. And in terms of his conduct, I'm not going to comment on it. It's not my place to do. So I think this guy I'm gonna give kind of long hair, make him feel like a dirty cowboy, like that has been out in the desert, so he's all like dusty and ashy and cracked skin and kind of like a mummified almost, right? And he needs some resemblance of Western clothes, so probably like throw on maybe a vest. And of course the lawbringers, the people who in this world who's going to come in and sort everything out, they obviously they have a vague understanding of disease, so maybe they're all covering their faces. They will most likely look like the bad guys in a western, because you know they want to hide their identity, but maybe they need to dress white. My thinking behind it is why they maybe need to dress white is because these mutated cowboys, they are very dirty, and maybe they need to see. It's like a hazmat suit for the good guys, right? So they need to see. They need to be sealed and ready, kinda for contamination. So they need to see where there is contamination, and you know, be able to not take it home with them. Yeah, I mean Mike Mignola's is always popular. It always goes in waves. Much like any trend, styles comes in waves and goes. So the longer you'll stay in the industry, you'll see like waves of, well, now it's photoreal, now it's painterly, now it's this, now it's that. It's always gonna be like that. You can never escape from it. Hey, Rags, how's it going? Hey, Mila. All praise Queen Mila. Yeah. Good morning. So Mila, Artstation have set up a new competition, and this competition this time around is Wild West. So I'm kind of constructing this idea of a meteor strike in the Wild West, which are mutating the humans, inhabitants of the world, and the good guys, the lawmakers, the lawbringers, they have like white outfits on, Wild West outfits to like hazmat suits almost. So today is the first day. I just started kind of crafting a direction for the arts competition, which I joined, and I kind of came up with this idea of like Dead Space, Wild West type thing as a general direction. Hey, Coldberger, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going, man? Avoided breakfast, a poncho. Not on this one, but I'll keep it in mind. Hey, Wind Waker. Fantastic game, by the way, Wind Waker. Yeah, he's definitely an outlaw. This is the bad guys. The bad guys gonna be more mutated, and Native Americans is gonna also be mutated, but they're gonna show signs of mutation rather than being fully mutated like the bad guys. The bad guys who are out in the were out in the countryside, they are obviously a lot more mutated and succumbing to the virus. Obviously, you can't. You gotta have the bad guys being super mutants. Maybe they're growing like their eyeballs. There is this image on internet that always freaked me out, which is a woman's breast, and in the areola are beehive holes. So it looks like there's like maggots inside her breast. This like in the areola or the nipple. It looks so like effed up, and maybe I could kind of like lean on that picture for the eyes, that the eyes are kind of growing into each other and creating this inverted spider eyes. The spider eyes are many lenses, but what if there's cavities and they kind of direct by sound, by letting sound travel into the cavities of the eyeball, and maybe the eyeball swells up and shit. Yeah, let's go with that. That's a good idea. All right, there we go. Now they're blind. The virus makes them blind, and they go by sonar. They corrupt all tissue and make them navigate through sonar. That means they should shriek. Maybe not shriek, but maybe I don't know how. Shrieking, sonar, they look through sound. Maybe they just look through sound. Maybe they just kind of do a 3D picture through multiple search holes. Hey, Merichi, how's it going? Welcome. Hey, Tormod, how's it going? Oh no, Tormod, that's not good. Avoid breakfast. What I think in terms of the natives, which you have to do 2 natives. I think maybe they go like do it like bloodletting, or they are like in tune with their nature, or there's something they gotta do, like the wise person from nature, right? They are one with nature, hence nature always finds a solution. So maybe they are like yeah, I don't know, maybe they are the heroes of the story, and lawbreakers and gun outlaws lawmakers and outlaws are just like the chaos. Maybe they're representatives of chaos in this world, and you're actually Native American. Maybe they are the lead character in the story, the Native Americans. So maybe something like in the lines that there's only females in Native Americans because nah, that's too overcomplicated the matter. Maybe I need to think about Native Americans, and I had to do what you gotta do. You gotta do how many of what? Let's see here, character design. You gotta do 2 lawmen, lawwomen, Native Americans, townsfolk, gunslingers, and outlaws. Alright. Ah. Okay. Interesting. Trypophobia. Yeah, don't Google this, I guess. Yeah, something like that. Fear of holes. Yeah, exactly. Something like that for the eyeballs. Cool, cool, cool. Cheers for that. That's a good word to keep in mind. Children, a little bit like Last of Us, yeah, yeah. Um, but I mean, the creatures in Last of Us, they went for sonar. They were completely blind, and they were like clicking and things like that. I mean, obviously, I can't lean on something like that too heavy because that's people are going to go like, oh, Last of Us and Wild West. But it's also not a bad idea. So the question is, to what degree can I lift elements? I mean, I want them to navigate with their face, right? I want them to navigate with their messed up eyeballs. But I also don't want them to be blind, right? They are looking with their messed up eyes. They are seeing things with their messed up eyes. They're not blind, but they are blind per se because they're corrupting the nature the human eye, right? But maybe I mean, I don't know. But we're getting somewhere at least. I mean, I'm not digging the tentacle thing. It takes the idea itself is cool, but it takes the monsters to a very specific place, and I don't want those tentacly things in the face because that comes with associations, and I don't want to make those associations at the moment with the direction of the monsters, right? Because if I start adding tentacles, that goes in a very specific direction quite fast, you know? Jacob Mobley, yeah, it could be. Could be that they are the heroes of the story. They are like the Protoss who are efficient and in destroying corruption of nature. Maybe yeah, let's focus on them being the heroes for now. I think that's a great direction, a great idea. Um, Maybe he's like, you know, I said that he should be ashy, and like he's been out in nature, in the desert, and just kind of falling apart, and he's dried up and mummified almost. It would be cool if he has like, this guy has like tumbleweed and spider webs and just looking like he's been out there in the desert, and he's all dried up and wrinkly, and there's no moisture in his distorted body. It's all like mummified, dry. weird creature, and I can see when you shoot them, they just go poof, you know, like poof, and get like a huge chunk just blown off. Hendrik, yeah, absolutely. With all the Photoshop, with all the little holes, yeah, exactly. That's where I kind of want to take the eyes. So that's going to be a trigger for people, which I think will be a great element, and it will enhance the body horror aspect of these creatures, that they are clearly there's something messed up with them. Yeah, exactly. Kohlberger. Yeah, the eyes. I had an idea that they're instead of the eyeballs, they swell up and they get cavities in them, and the eyeballs become like multi-sensor radars. You know, where the sound travels and goes, and they can sense the direction of the sound, and they see the sound rather than using a human lens. Um, so that's kind of where I took the idea. So we'll see where that leads us. But yeah, I dig the idea of this little world. Like there's Dead Space. Let's kind of define it. Last of Us. Last of Us meets Dead Space in the Wild West, or Dead Space. Dead Space is primary. Dead Space meets Last of Us in Wild West. Is Last of Us a a good like definer, or could we maybe switch that up a bit? Last of Us. It's not really Last of Us, as I think about it. Maybe it's more like zombie outbreak. Outbreak? But that's kind of implied in Dead Space. I'm not sure really. I'll think about that more as I'm like, what's the recipe here for direction? Mad Max? No, I don't want to do that at all, because you're going to take it to a very specific genre, and Wild West is already extremely specific. So if I mix in Dead Space with Mad Max, with Last of Us, with Zombie Outbreak, it's just going to be like, what are you trying to say here? And it's not going to be Wild West anymore, because Mad Max style is so definitive that it can only be mixed with another topic, or another genre only. You know, like Mad Max at sea is Sea World, or whatever, Water World. That's the name of it, not Sea World. Mad Max, you know, in the mountain, you know, makes a very specific game. Mad Max Kindergarten makes a very specific world, right? But Mad Max zombie apocalypse, whatever, it just becomes diluted, right? It just becomes confused. You gotta really make sure that when you're doing IP stuff, that you don't throw everything in there. You gotta really make sure that the pieces that you put together make sense, and each piece has its meaning to be there, right? If you're just adding stuff for the sake of adding because you like it, and without reason, there's no what's it called, relatability. Because maybe we as artists will go like, oh yeah, that's a great idea, but average Joe will like go like, what's this? What's all these things? I don't know what these are. of Woody Breakfast, I don't see this as a game. I'm seeing this more like a world. But definitely it's a scary place. A scary. If there would be a game, it would definitely be a horror survival type game. Um, it's definitely not like a happy kids game. I mean, if you would do Wild West as a happy kids game, I think that would be a really cool direction as well, and not just going scary or angry looking men with pistols. What would a cute kids world in the Wild West look like? You know, I think that is also a really cool idea and a unique take on it. For example, Chris Tolero's, um, you could do that with your weird creatures, like happy weird place, Wild West. you know, I think that would be a really cool idea as well. No one, I guarantee you, no one's gonna do it. You'd have that corner, that part cornered, and yours for sure. Goldberger, yeah, there we go. They're all about their special boots. Yeah, why not? Why not? The fashion, cowboy world fashion. I mean, you could easily create something cool like that. Like there's a new madman in the West who designs these super cool boots, and the Indians or Native Americans are trying to stop him from populating the West because of his fashion, and he's this super flamboyant character. You can just keep going, keep going. Kohlberger. Most likely the Japanese already have, unfortunately. Most likely. Oh, time is up. Alright. I think this style will serve me well. Worst case scenario, I can spend just 1 hour and it could be finished, more or less. This sketchy style lends to not over detailing, which is great, and I can get away with more that way. Anyways, join the competition if you'd like. It's a super fun thing to do. It definitely makes you check yourself before you wreck yourself. How bad that old school thing. Yeah, super groovy. He doesn't look too healthy, no. I just would, as a last touch, I'm gonna add some dust stuff, just so it comes across as he's kind of ashy. There we go. Not super happy with the pose, but it's getting somewhere. It's getting somewhere. Crystal says, "There we go. There we go." Jacob, that's great. Wu-Tang. Yeah, man. All right, let's see if there is anyone on the line. Let's see what Mr. Cynics is doing.
With doubles.
She's pretty. She's pretty.
Uh, I don't know if Cynics is painting, but let's raid Cynics. I think that is his username. Nope, that was just all in one word. Is he hosting or streaming? No! Cynics is raiding me! Oh shit. Oh shit. Look, he's gonna raid me in a second now. He's gonna raid me in a second. That is
I
hilarious.
feel like I should say something smart.
Dude! Cynics! I was just gonna raid you. That is hilarious. I was just gonna raid Cynics. That is funny. That is funny. Oh shit. Anyways, thanks for the raid. I'm just finishing finishing my 30 minutes warm up. Oh, that's crazy, man. It was completely flipped. I was actually typing your username like /raid Cynics Design, and I checked your channel to see if you were online, and I was like, yep. And then I saw your counter going. That I was like, I didn't hit enter. I didn't start the raid, and then I saw that you are raiding me. Oh shit, that's funny. Anyway, so I joined for all you 55 people who just joined. I do 30 minutes every morning at the exact same time, so minus 30 minutes from now, you can join me any day. And I joined the Artstation Wild West challenge today, in character design category. So I came up with this idea about like a comet strike hitting the Wild West, and they are kind of mutating, and so it's day one of it today. So unfortunately I have to end the stream because I have to get to work, and I stream every day for 30 minutes, so you're more than welcome to join in. There's this one guy who does some really cool mask work, so let's raid him. Man, thank you very much for the host though, Cynics Design, much appreciated. And for all you new people, please click follow so you know when I'm live again, but that's daily. Mad props for Cynics for the host. Unfortunately, it's at the very end of my stream. But yeah. Go look at some crazy mask making. He makes like masks and sculptures and stuff. Thanks for coming. See you tomorrow at the same time. You guys are fantastic. Bye.